You ever driven through a pine forest at like 2 in the morning, where it's just your headlights cutting through complete darkness, and you know if something happens out here, you're on your own for hours? My name's Silas. Back in 2024, I was hauling logs through Ouachita National Forest in Arkansas. Night shifts were quiet, real quiet. The gravel roads that cut through those woods were narrow and winding, with these massive pine trees on both sides, solid walls of black. To keep myself from dozing off, I'd leave my CB radio on, listening to other truckers talking across state lines, keeping each other company. But that night, the airwaves were dead, just static crackling in short bursts. Then around 2:40 a.m., I heard something break through.
Breaker 19, anybody out there? I'm broken down near Shadow Canyon Bend. Could really use some help.
The voice sounded exhausted, shaky. I checked my map. That bend was only a few miles up the road. Now, truckers don't leave each other stranded. It's just the code. So I grabbed the mic and told him I'd be there. I slowed down when I reached the area. My headlights caught something metallic reflecting off the shoulder. My heart started beating faster, thinking I'd see a newer truck with engine trouble. But when I got closer, what I actually saw made me slam on the brakes. It was a log truck, all right, but old, like really old. Completely totaled, rust everywhere, vines growing all over it, like the forest was trying to swallow it whole. From the look of it, this thing had been sitting here for at least 20 years. I grabbed my flashlight and got out. The air around me was just wrong, too quiet. So quiet I could hear my own heartbeat pounding. No crickets, no wind, nothing. I walked up and shined my light into the crushed driver's cabin. Empty. Nobody there. Radio must be acting up, I muttered to myself, trying to stay calm. I got back in my truck and hit the gas because something about that place just felt wrong. I had been driving for maybe 10 minutes. Started to relax a bit when I saw the lights of a truck stop flickering in the distance. But then my CB radio, the one I had turned off, suddenly came to life with that familiar static. Then that same voice came through, crystal clear this time, way too close.
Thanks for stopping. I haven't hitched a ride in a long time. My blood went cold.
Who is this? I shouted. This isn't funny. That response still haunts me.
I'm right behind you, sitting on your logs. Much more comfortable than that wreck back there.
I snapped my eyes to the rearview mirror, and in the dim glow from my dashboard, I saw it. A dark figure, human-shaped, sitting on top of my load. Just sitting there. Then it started moving, not away, forward, reaching out toward my cabin. Nails scraping against my rear window. That wasn't branches hitting the glass. That was fingers. Human fingers trying to find a way in. I floored it. Engine screaming, truck shaking. I didn't care if I flipped this thing. I just needed to get to those lights. My breath was fogging up the windshield, but then I noticed there was fog on the outside of my rear window too. Handprints. Small, wet handprints pressing against the glass. And then a face. Pale, white. Empty eyes staring right at me through that mirror. I don't remember the rest of the drive. Just know I slammed into that truck stop parking lot, jumped out, and started yelling for help. Other drivers came running, checked the back of my truck. Nothing, nobody there. But you know what was there? 5 muddy fingerprints on that rear window, still wet, and rusty flakes of old metal scattered along the window frame. I quit that route. Never went back. But sometimes, when I hear static on a radio or drive past a logging truck, I feel it. Cold breath on the back of my neck and the sound of fingernails scraping glass. Like he's still there, riding along, waiting for the next person to stop.